Hi! We are back in London. It feels like winter outside. It is really, really cold. I guess anywhere it's going to be cold compared to Hawaii, but we have been absolutely blessed with little Lola. Say hello. Yeah, Kona 2019 has led to puppy Lola. I guess it started really when Reese and I met. We absolutely have always been animal lovers, and there's always been dogs in both of our families, so we knew at some stage we would definitely get a dog because we're just dog obsessed, and it's kind of got progressively worse, the obsession with dogs, that every time I see a dog I want to stop and stroke it. So the deal was that if I won the race then I could get 2 puppies. If I came second I could get 1, and if I came third then there might not be a puppy coming home. So that was definitely a motivator, but I mean the thing that helped me the most was with about 4 kilometres to go, or maybe even a bit less, maybe 3 kilometres, Reese was out on the course and he was telling me, you know what, now's the time to push, and he knows I'm a fighter, he knows that I'll fight to the very end, and he could see that Sarah was fading a little bit in front of me, and he knew it was the time now that if I pushed on I could actually get that second place. And for me, I've come second the last 2 years. I don't really want to move back a spot. You're on the podium, I'm running in third, and the easy thing to do would just be, you know what, I'm probably going to get third, so I could just carry on like this, but that's not really who I am. And it was about pushing on and seeing if I could get her, and I managed to just find a little bit of strength within me, push on and actually overtake Sarah, and just didn't look back. I didn't want to look back, and I really just pushed it all the way to the end. And I was in a very, very bad way when I finished, to say the least, but it was worth it, and it meant that little Lola got to come home, so it was definitely worth it. Yeah, that's pretty much it really. And then we got home, and as soon as we got home, pretty much the next day, we went and picked up little Lola, and we were so in love we took her straight home. So she has settled in really, really well so far. Why a Jack Russell? Well, we've always had Jack Russells in my side of the family, so my mum and dad have got a Jack Russell called Jess, and I just love her. She likes running, which is a key thing for us, so eventually, she's a bit too small at the moment, Lola, but eventually she'll come out and run with us on our easy runs in the forest. We live on the edge of Epping Forest, so it's perfect for dogs to run in. So I think that was one of the key selling points, and we only live in quite a small flat, so a small dog is ideal for us to start off with, and I'm sure we'll be growing the pack of dogs eventually. So we see Lola as almost like our little mascot of Team Charles-Barclay. She is the first real puppy that's Team Charles-Barclay official, so yeah, she's going to fit in by, well, she's already fitting in really well, but she's going to fit in by being in the gym, a little supporter when we're on the turbo. She's going to have a little playpen in there, so she'll always be a little bit of support on the side, and hopefully we're going to get her running with us, but we'll build her up very, very slowly, and she'll probably only ever come on our easy runs in the forest, but I think she's going to love it, but her legs are a little bit too small for running now, but yeah, we look forward to taking her running eventually. So yeah, am I happy with my Kona performance? I think definitely yes. A lot of people have said, how can you be happy with second? You're never going to win if you're happy with second. And yeah, I'm not happy with second. I always want to win, so I'm always training for the win, and anyone who knows me knows that any race I go into, I want to win. But I think in any race, if you cross that finish line knowing, you know what, I couldn't have given an ounce more, then you can't be disappointed, because you never can control what anyone else is doing. And for me, I kind of had a great day all round. I had a solid swim, a really solid bike, and then yeah, I would have liked to have done a better run. I don't think the run showed where my run is at all, but at the end of the day, anything can happen in a race, and Kona is so tough, and actually to push on at the end and manage to find a little bit more strength to push back into second, I was so proud. So I think on the whole I'm happy, but there's definitely so much motivation in me now, because 3 years in a row coming second is starting to get a bit tough. So it's like, I really do want to win this race, and yeah, I'm so motivated, and there's so many things already we know we can work on, which is really exciting. And yeah, I'm hoping that next year is going to be the year that we finally get the win. Yeah, so out on the bike, we obviously bike out to Harvey. When we get to Harvey, we're just over 90 kilometres into the bike, so we're just over halfway. And I made the turn at Harvey and was obviously looking to see where the other girls would be, and Daniela was definitely further back than I expected. I mean, I've seen how she can ride, and yeah, the gap was bigger than I expected. So I kind of didn't think too much into that, to be honest, because the last 2 years, the way Daniela has rode the second half of the bike quicker than some of the pro men has been literally unbelievable. I kind of thought that this isn't over for Reef. There's definitely a chance that she's going to push on and she's going to try and catch me on that second half of the race. But I think one of the biggest surprises was having Annie Haug as basically the chaser. And I mean, fair play to her, she has massively improved her swim and her bike. And she was leading the chase, which was really, really impressive. And anyone who knows Annie Haug knows you don't want her anywhere near you on the bike, because that girl can definitely run. So for me, it was a case of actually, right, I need to push on now, because I don't want that gap to get any smaller to the likes of Annie Haug, Sarah Crowley. But equally, I know what Reef can do on the bike. So I kind of just pushed on from that point and went as hard as I could. And although I was going quite controlled from probably Waika lower back, it ended up being like a time trial effort, because I just wanted to hold that gap. So I guess you could say it was a surprise that Reef was that far back, but I guess the biggest surprise was that she didn't push on that second half and close the gap. So for that, I was very, really happy with my biking. Yeah, so Kona prep this year went really well. I had, I guess it was split up quite nicely actually. So my training started out in Tenerife. I hadn't been out there before to train. We did a really, really good camp with some altitude work and saw some really good benefits to the altitude. So yeah, that was where it pretty much started. From there I went to Club Santa, went to Lanzarote and did nearly 3 weeks there, which was another really, really solid block. And I always can train really well there because it's just so easy to train. And then from there went out to Nice for the 70.3 Worlds. Had a bit of a frustrating race there, but ultimately took the positives from it and made me super motivated for Kona. Came home from Nice and then had about 3 weeks at home in the UK, so was able to just train really well at home, knuckle down, final bit of prep. And then basically as soon as I flew out to Kona, we were just sharpening up. So a lot of my sessions were quite short, but really high intensity, and Reese came up with some quite fun and creative ways to train. We were so lucky as well because endless pools installed a fast lane at the house we were staying at, so we could swim there. I also had Wahoo ship me out a Wahoo kicker to do my bike sessions on, so that was great. And actually at the house we also have like a small gym area with a treadmill, cross trainer, some gym equipment. So basically I could do all my training at the Kona house. I didn't even need to leave the house, so it was so convenient and perfect for like the final taper and sharpening up. So I don't think we could have done any more. I think it was a really, really good prep and I was confident. But there's always things you can improve on, so we're already looking at that for next year, and there's definitely ways that we can make the build up even better, so that's pretty exciting. So Team Charles-Barclay, we're pretty much at home now for a little while, training up little Lola. We're gonna obviously get her puppy trained, so she's my sort of main focus at the moment. I get pretty much 2 weeks off of training now, so that's really nice, just to let the body heal, let my mind have a bit of a break from triathlon, do something different. We're looking at maybe racing in December. We may go out to Daytona to do the challenge race there, but still undecided. We've got some pretty exciting things happening at home. We're actually getting an amazing triathlon bespoke van from CJL Leisure, so that is really exciting, and we're hoping to take the van down to Cornwall, do some trips in it around the UK that we probably wouldn't normally get to do. And Reese and I have also got some brand new specialised cyclocross bikes, so you may see us doing some cyclocross, hopefully taking Lola along to support as well. So yeah, really good. There will be training, but it will be different. It will be a bit more varied and exciting, just to keep us interested over the winter and just getting as strong as we can really over the winter. That's the nice thing to do. So off season this year, I mean, Lola's probably going to be the main focus. We want to get her settled in, meet all the other dogs in the family. And then, I mean, we love going into London, so if we can get my sister Holly to puppy sit, which I'm sure she won't mind, then we'll probably have some days in London doing some sightseeing, just going out for dinner. making the most of the amazing city that we live on the edge of. And yeah, just doing some different things, a bit of cyclocross. We have quite a few fun things booked in that Reese and I got bought as wedding gifts last year that we just haven't had the time to do. So I really do love off season because I can just let my hair down a little bit, but also do some different kinds of training. Yeah, hopefully some cyclocross. So yeah, stay tuned. So if you want to keep following Lola and her progress as we train her up to be a super little runner, then you can now follow her on Instagram. She has her very own account, which is Lola_the_mini Jack. So you'll be able to follow her as she gets bigger. She's not actually going to get much bigger because she is a mini, but you can see she's really excited to have you all following her. So yeah, definitely make sure you do that.